Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and if you are a fan of Mousepads, heavily controlled mouse pads, there might be a new top option on the market. I recently got sent out the new Jupiter Pro from Lethal Gaming Gear in all of the hardnesses. This is actually the firm hardness, which is nowhere near as firm as something like a freefall silicone base, but definitely on the level of Artisan Mid, I would say. But yeah, if you want the X-Shot version, that's going to be even plushier, allow you to press into the pad more and gain more control. But yeah, I'm just going to show off the Jupiter Pro compared to some other popular mud pads on the market. This is the GSR2 from Zowie, and you almost get the sense that it just feels like you're using a standard cloth mouse pad, but on the Jupiter, there's just nothing. Like, you see, it just, the glide goes away. And yeah, of course, like any pad, the skates you use will influence the glide. I have here some Jade dots on one of my Viper V3 Pros and Obsidian Airs on the other. Obsidian Airs are some of the lowest dynamic friction feeling of any skates I have tested on this pad, but something like the TJ Exclusives plastic skates, there is negative glide. So I would say anything like plastic, sapphire, glass skates, they just interact with the surface in a unique way where it's like you're just moving the mouse through fucking cement. It's not something I personally recommend, and I do sometimes, instead of getting like a smooth tracking feeling, I'll notice like my mouse chopping around, and I can only imagine that's just due to the amount of friction. So that's like a word of warning, but if you are looking to get the most control out of this pad, I think harder skates are a way to go. There might be some issues with humidity with these as well. I honestly have no fucking idea. If you do have a lighter mouse, it really is kind of like putting on training wheels in terms of stability, which is a line that I always see people use when they're recommending glass pads. They say it like takes off the training wheels that a controlled cloth pad gives you, but I think for most people, if you're just looking to move your mouse like in a straight line, this is gonna beat the glass pad experience. And yeah, there's only two other pads I want to directly compare to the Jupiter Pro in terms of speed. One of them is the Type99 Mid from Artisan. I have the polyacetal skates from N-Tech. I'll also compare the glide with the X-Ray Pad Jades, and you can see the Type99, like, while being a heavily controlled pad, it looks like it has some quickness to it, and again, it just has a much more standardized cloth pad experience. I mean, it's kind of well known that the Jupiter's original fabric was made of a melted umbrella, and then from there they have like gradually tweaked the surface over the years, but it does still have that same like waxy, not traditional like cloth textile weave feel to it. And yeah, this just leads it to having way more dynamic friction. Like, let's just count the spins. We get one spin. In no situation are we getting two spins. The Type99, getting 2-3 spins, it's a breeze. So that's the real way to objectively test mousepad speed, and you can tell when you're doing figure eights as well. It's another thing I like to do. There's just a lot of drag every time you switch directions, and you can just feel a heavy sense of control and friction. You still get a good amount of that on the Type99, but it's just not as slow. And one of the main things that you will notice if you do have a Type99 and switch to the Jupiter Pro is that the initial friction is just much lower on the Type99. I think that's one of the big things that I noticed and makes it so much it just feels a bit less dense while moving the mouse around in game, and I honestly do prefer the speed and overall profile of the Type99. Of course, I prefer the Zero to the Type99, but yeah, the Jupiter Pro isn't something I'm like love to use in game. I want to main, but I do respect it as just like the ultimate mud control pad. I'm sorry if you fuck my lighting's messed up because I have to use my phone as my light because my ring light died, whatever. I mean, if the lighting's bad, I'm so sorry. The last pad I want to compare the Jupiter Pro to is the Rizz from the Whale, and this is a very interesting pad. There are claims that it's a Type99 clone, but if you have the Doodle version of the Rizz and a Type99, you'll just know that the Rizz has like a almost laminated, like a film feeling on top of it. It actually does have a very similar surface feeling to the Jupiter Pro, if not a little bit smoother on your arm. But an interesting quality of this pad is that I've noticed like the more you move the mouse around without picking it up, the more it gradually slows down. Whereas the Jupiter, it's just fucking muddy from the start and it doesn't really get any muddier. So the Rizz kind of can look deceptively speedy, like from a glide test, because in game it is going to feel pretty dense and slow. You can probably get a better idea with these Fanatic larger pad style skates. But yeah, it definitely is not as slow as the Jupiter Pro, but probably closest in terms of actual feeling on your arm and just overall speed experience. I know it's crazy to call a 60-gram mouse heavy, but heavier mice on the Rizz, especially, I've noticed, do have a truly like super muddy feeling, as you can notice, and on the Jupiter Pro, kind of the same thing. So this was just a kind of mini roundup, just announcing that the Jupiter Pro is out there. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if I missed any mud pads when I did that little roundup, because those are really the slowest pads that I could think of off the top of my head, but I might be missing something from like Korar, Esports Tiger. I don't know, but really you can't go wrong if you're looking for an intense feeling of control with the Jupiter Pro, especially if you couple it with like some more controlled mouse skates, whether it be like core pad controls, Ghost Glide Cyclones, like a controlled skate from X-Ray Pad. There's just so many options. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. I hadn't used the Jupiter in literally years, so it was nice to try it again. It's just crazy how fucking locked in and like stable, suctioned your mouse feels to the pad. I didn't really talk much about quality because this wasn't like a full review of the pad necessarily, but there's no issues with the stitching or the base. You can see this is their firm base. It's like an undotted, untextured version of Poron, whereas on the X-Off version of the Jupiter, they do claim to have a Poron V2. And I will do a roundup of all of Lethal Gaming Gear's Pro pads, but I just wanted to talk about the Jupiter specifically. But yeah, the X-Off version is a whole nother level of fucking plushiness, denseness, control, density, I guess, rather than denseness. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and that's gonna be all. Peace out.